For happy beginnings to happy ever after, visit Britk.ky.
Britk, where people come first.
I'm John Barry, and this is Songs and Stories. I believe in every song there's a story waiting to be told, and in every story there's a song waiting to be sung. Each week I'll have a friend stop by who will share great songs and personal stories in a unique setting that have been part of their life and career. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
This week on Nashville Insider, find out which of your favorite artists are nominated for the 52nd Annual CMA Awards. Then, Dan and Shay toast to their latest #1 hit, Tequila, and give a big thanks to fans. We chat with the stars of Beautifully Broken. They're on the red carpet for the film's big premiere. And does this face look familiar? We'll talk to funny man Cletus T. Judd as he makes his country music comeback.
I just need to know, whose side are you on?
This part's where the experiment really begins.
A timely response. That matters. Owning your own home. That matters. Supporting our community. That matters. When your child smiles, that matters. Good encounters, great experiences. It matters at Cayman National.
Dynafroze, Dragon's Revenge. One day, 4 boys from the future traveled back millions of years through time.
Once upon a time, deep under the sea, there lived a kind and clever little turtle named Tula.
Citizens of Lotus Valley, the hour is upon us. Our way of life is being dramatically threatened. You, the Alliance, are the last hope of freedom and the time.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We're Cayman 27, Cayman Informed.
Coming up next.
It was scary to come on vacation and to have something happen like that to you. It's just scary.
A man dies in a water-related death, the 12th in Cayman's waters this year.
And residents in Boddentown debate over a quarry fire that took 3 weeks to extinguish.
And police investigate after a woman is assaulted in West Bay over the weekend.
An All Blacks rugby legend comes to Cayman. He works with the youth teams, and we got the recap coming up.
And I've got a fantastic forecast for you for the week ahead. You don't want to miss that. I'll have it for you on Cayman 27.
And 27 News is coming up next.
Is back. Sign up for the Sports Pack today and fuel your passion for football. Sports is life, only on Flow.
Let Elite Marble and Granite bring the charm of Italy to your home. Made from only the best materials. Santa Margherita Quartz is handcrafted at a state-of-the-art facility located in Italy and then journeys across the ocean to Elite Marble and Granite, who is the exclusive distributor in the Caribbean. Elegant and resistant, Santa Margherita Quartz products offer a large choice of colors, textures, and exclusive finishes. Call 945-9028 or visit us online at elite.ky. Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
You're watching Cayman 27 News, Cayman Informed. Brought to you by Foster's Food Fair. At Foster's Food Fair, we care. Flow.
A male visitor dies in a water-related incident on the Georgetown waterfront. Good evening, I'm Kevin Morales.
And I'm Dr. Taylor Burrows. Thank you for tuning in. Police are yet to release the identity of the victim, but they say the incident happened around 10:45 a.m.
They say that the man was snorkeling when he encountered difficulties. Cayman 27 Seaford Russell Jr. was at the scene of the incident, and he has the story.
Cayman has recorded 2 water-related deaths in the space of 6 days. The latest happened here at the Georgetown waterfront Tuesday morning. Residents on the scene say they tried their best to save a male visitor who was in distress in the water.
Right here is where the gentleman was actually brought in by one of the dive masters from next door, which I approached the man at the time. Noticed that he was not breathing.
Retired fireman Philip McLaughlin says he stepped in to help the man who was in distress.
Because I actually took over CPR compressions from one of the dive masters at the dive shop over there. So she was actually trying to give him compressions, but nobody wasn't giving him the air supply that he needed.
With 19 years of experience to his credit, Mr. McLaughlin says he knew what had to be done, even if it meant risking his life to try and save another.
I did the mouth resuscitation without the ampoule bag, which I shouldn't have done, but I didn't have it at the time, so you have to improvise in the field. Because a lot of people don't want to do mouth-to-mouth anymore because of diseases. I took a chance.
He expressed disappointment that medical supplies to deal with emergencies like the water-related incident were not ready availably in the area.
This morning they didn't have an ampoule bag. They didn't have an AED machine, which could have been used prior to the medical staff getting here. You know, if the dive staff were trained properly and had the proper equipment, you would get a lot better results.
Eyewitness and fisherman Robert Prendergast says the tragedy was disturbing.
You know, it's kind of sad when you come for a vacation and that happened, man, is so painful.
Also, another eyewitness and tourist Charles Robinson says he was shaking by what he saw happen.
It was scary to come on vacation and to have something happen like that to you. It's just scary.
Seaford Russell, Cayman 27.
This latest incident takes Cayman's water-related death stats to 12 for the year 2018.
And a Bodentown quarry fire that smoldered for 3 weeks is extinguished.
But residents in the vicinity of the long-burning fire say a GIS press release downplays the severity of the toxic smoke they say they experienced. Cayman 27's Joe Avery joins us with more. Joe?
Thank you so much, Kevin. The residents of the Sitwell Drive neighborhood say for weeks their National Housing Development Trust neighborhood right here has been inundated with a thick black smoke they described as toxic. According to a press release over the weekend, the fire service said due to the remote location of the quarry, there never was a risk to the surrounding neighborhood. Neighbors who lived with clouds of black smoke for weeks, they beg to differ.
It was terrible. The whole area was smoked out, black smoke. It smelled like all kinds of chemical being mixed up.
For 3 weeks, Judy Crosby says there was no escaping the smoke emanating from a nearby fire in the Lake Destiny quarry lands, not even at night.
I was stuffy, my eyes was running, I was like choked up, and I could not sleep in the night because even it was worse because I had to keep the AC on. So it came directly into that.
Ms. Crosby was among the 20 Lake Destiny area residents who signed a petition calling for the long smoldering fire to be extinguished. The petition cites a number of health issues neighbors believe are linked to breathing in weeks of toxic smoke.
It smelled like burning tires. That's what it smelled like.
Neighbor Nisha Powell says the acrid smoke permeated almost everything.
It was on your clothes. You couldn't open up the windows. It was like toxic in the air.
It was a lot of garbage. Old tires, some toxic smoke we were smelling.
The smoke even forced Alan Thompson and his wife to seek shelter at a hotel.
My wife, she got sick the next morning because she had a breath problem. And she got really bad. She can't breathe it good.
Joe, the whole place was black day and night, you know, for 3 weeks.
Ms. Crosby vehemently disagrees with the GIS-issued press release that says the surrounding neighborhood was never at risk.
No, they cannot say that. They're not living here, so therefore they cannot say that. It was a nuisance to people that was living here. We suffered through it. Oh, that started burning from the 24th of September. And I don't know, up to now we can still smell some of it during the nighttime.
Now, the press release from GIS says the fire service had been conducting daily checks on the site since they were first notified of the fire in late September after a complaint from the public. The fire was eventually extinguished on Thursday, the 18th. Now, we reached out to the fire service through GIS for more details, specifically how it came to the conclusion that the fire was no risk to the neighborhood, and were there any air samples tested to eliminate toxicity, that type of thing. The GIS acknowledged our request and says it's working to help answer our questions. We also reached out to the quarry owner for his comment, but have not yet heard back.
Police are searching for a man whom they say assaulted a woman on Sunday in West Bay. Police say emergency services were dispatched to the West Bay location following a 911 call to investigate reports that a woman was attacked by a man she knew. He was armed with a knife. The man was not on the scene when the officers arrived. The woman was taken to the Cayman Islands Hospital for treatment for non-life-threatening injuries, and the incident remains under investigation.
Members of the public kicked into action this morning to extinguish a deliberately set fire on the compound of Station Bar.
Police have launched an arson investigation into the incident that occurred shortly after 1 o'clock. And according to the RCIPS, an unknown person set fire to some items at the rear of the bar on Shamrock Road and poured gasoline in the area. The fire was extinguished by persons at the scene. And anyone with information is asked to contact the Georgetown CID at 949-4222.
Joe Avery going to join us now with a check on our forecast. Joe?
Hey guys, current conditions right here. You can see the radar picture. Couple little showers out there, nothing really big, kind of drifting off the side there. I don't know if anyone found the rain here, but we did have a 30% today. Looks like that's going to dry up though for the rest of the week. So if you want those fair skies, those beach mornings, hey, I actually did it myself. Got up in the morning, ran on the beach. Well, I kind of walked. I barely ran. It was more of a limping down the beach type thing.
Still
but
works.
yeah, an ambling stroll this morning. Great weather for it, guys. So make sure that over the next 4 or 5 days, you guys get out and experience it. This is classic Caribbean weather right here.
Perfect. All right, Joe will be back in about
news.
10 or 15 minutes with our full weather forecast. Thank you, Joe.
The British Liberal Democrat Party wants to talk to you. Many of our viewers will number among the 8% of the UK population who currently lives overseas. And if you do, the Lib Dems are after your opinion.
So while you might not be worrying too much about Brexit here in Cayman, there may be issues back in Westminster you do still want to say on. And here's your chance. Caroline James, Cayman 27 reporter, has a story.
In Brussels, George Cunningham knows what it means to be a Brit working abroad. Chair of the Liberal Democrats overseas, he's one of the 5.5 million British citizens who live and work outside of the UK.
That's 8% of the population of Britain. It seems a good thing to form an organisation that will try to address their needs and, of course, capture their votes as much as possible when the time comes and everybody gets their vote back.
Under current legislation, British expats can only vote in UK elections and referendums for up to 15 years after leaving the UK. Mr Cunningham believes that's one of the great travesties of Brexit.
Here there is a very disgraceful thing in that the referendum excluded, despite even a court case that went to the Supreme Court in the UK, excluded Brits living abroad, except under the 15-year rule, to vote at the referendum. And so now we find that those that were excluded from voting the referendum suffer the most major consequences of Brexit.
That 15-year rule may soon be a thing of the past. And that's one of the reasons Mr Cunningham wants us in Cayman to engage with their consultation.
It's very important that all of you living in the Caribbean do participate in the policy consultation for the Liberal Democrats. We want to find out from every nook and cranny of the world what people think, so that we can have the best possible policy to serve those abroad within the party itself and to propagate that in Parliament.
Caroline James, Cayman 27.
And you can find details of that policy consultation at www.libdemoverseas.com and also on our website, Cayman27.ky. After the break, Cayman honors its military heroes at the Veterans Gala.
Raising a glass while breaking the glass ceiling, we meet the world's first female master blender.
And Cayman's Indian community celebrates a victory of good over evil. That and more right after this.
Have you had your Tortuga moment today? Come by Tortuga Fine Wine and Spirits for all your liquor needs. And taste the world-famous Tortuga rum and rum cake. Always delicious and baked fresh daily in the captivating Cayman Islands. With ongoing renovations at the airport, we invite you to shop our stores and buy before you fly. Relive the Cayman Islands in every bite.
It's that time of year again for the annual Cayman 27 Parade of Lights, brought to you by Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited. We're calling all boats to join us Saturday, December 1st at Camana Bay as the water comes to life with this year's theme, Christmas Around the World. It's completely free to enter, and there's a chance to win $1,000 and 2 general admission tickets to Kaboo. Or enter just for fun. Private and commercial boats are welcome. For more information and to register your boat, click on Cayman27.ky.
The best patient is an empowered patient. That was the message of one of the sessions at the Cayman Islands' 9th Annual Healthcare Conference.
And Dr. Sarah Watkins shared her own journey to become empowered as a patient rather than a medical practitioner. And it came with applause from those at the Ritz-Carlton on Friday.
I'm a bad parent at 4 because my child didn't behave himself. But I have 2 perfectly behaved children. 2 children who knew how to behave, how to be sociable, that you didn't hit another child in school, those sorts of things. It took me to coming to Cayman to feel empowered about my own child's mental health.
Around 1,200 people registered for the event, which took place Thursday to Saturday of last week.
Joy Spence finds joy in her job. She's the first female master blender in the international spirit industry. Cayman 27's Caroline James sat down with her to find out what it takes to break the glass ceiling in a traditionally masculine field. Joy.
As a Jamaican and a Caribbean woman, I'm extremely proud to have been the first master blender, female master blender, in the entire spirit industry in the world.
For Joy Spence, the right rum comes down to science. A chemist by trade, she knows how to stir up the perfect blend.
I actually joined the company as a chief chemist 37 years ago. And then I started working with the previous master blender, and that's where I fell in love with rum. This is where I discovered this whole world of sensory analysis, that rums can have so many different, beautiful, complex flavors.
She says here in Cayman, her craft has earned her respect.
As I said, the minute I land, the baggage handlers are saying, "Hail Joy," as I come off the tarmac.
But she has encountered some inherent misassumptions from people during her career.
The most difficult experiences I have had, I would say, would be at immigration or customs in some of the countries that I travel. Because, you know, they always ask you, what is your profession? And no one ever believes me. And they think I'm giving an excuse as a profession. Why would you give that as an excuse? I don't know.
Well, Miss Spence is the first female master blender. She says she has no intention of being the last.
I'd like to encourage young females who are actually passionate about chemistry, that you don't have to think about working as a doctor or probably an engineer, but you can actually think outside the box and apply your chemistry in a very creative way, just as how I've done it with becoming a master blender.
Chemistry mixed with a dash of creativity. Joy's formula for the perfect rum. Caroline James, Cayman 27.
Joy Spence is in Cayman to host masterclasses as part of Cocktail Week. She's also released a special anniversary edition of Appleton Rum to mark 20 years as a master blender.
The St. Ignatius Loyola Hall came to life with sounds of Indian music over the weekend. That's as members of the local Indian community held a special night of celebration. It was called Dandiya Night and was held to celebrate the Hindu festival of Dussehra, and that signifies the victory of good over evil and positivity over negativity. Organizers say they were overwhelmed with the response from Cayman's community.
We are always very happy to celebrate our tradition, our culture, our festivals, and really always we get very welcome, and we get respect to having us in Cayman.
Organizers say money raised at the event will be shared between the National Council of Voluntary Organizations and a charity back in India.
Cayman's young minds matched wits at the 7th annual KPMG Brain Bowl tournament at the Marriott Hotel.
Now, this competition saw students from various schools participate in what could easily be described as a stiff educational tournament. And Brain Bowl organizer Cindy Reed says the contest offers a great opportunity for the schools and students to get exposure.
Today, the importance is on the students. It's about bringing the students and all of the coaches, as well as the students together, to unite them, to allow them to facilitate those aspects of education, not just in the classroom, but ultimately bringing them here to a tournament.
Local firm KPMG partnered with the Alex Panton Foundation to host the event. To learn more about the competition and a full list of the winning schools, please visit cayman27.ky.
Jordan Armani's joining us now. Is that a sport? Can we consider that a sport? If equestrian roller hockey is a sport, which it obviously is,
in some Scandinavian
I would think that
countries.
the Brain Bowl is as well.
Denmark, very popular for equestrian roller hockey.
Correct. That's why we all got to go to Denmark.
What am I doing?
Batting off the flag.
No, nobody really knows.
Nobody
The haka.
knows.
You're doing the haka.
Ah, right there. Well, DJ Forbes does it better. That's because he's the former All Blacks Sevens captain. Who knew we had similar physiques? Down at the beach, he was working with the youth nationals, and the sports guy was there. The rugby royalty of the All Blacks comes to Cayman next.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Lions Club of Tropical Gardens encourages you to visit district breast cancer awareness meetings and health clinics. Ask questions about breast cancer symptoms, diagnosis, and treatments. All awareness meetings begin at 7:30 p.m. and all health clinics are from 10 a.m. to noon. District awareness meetings are as follows. And don't forget our fundraising event, Samina's Day of Beauty, 28th of October, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Sometimes having a middleman is not a bad thing, especially when it comes to insurance. Do you know that when it comes to cost, ease, speed, and peace of mind, insurance brokers ranked higher than when customers buy direct? So, for all your insurance needs, call Fidelity Insurance. We're the middleman you want. Call us today at 949-7822. Fidelity. We're good for you.
Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa presents Beautiful You every second and last Thursday of the month. The beauty experts will draw from experience and share tips for personal beauty care, how to have healthy hair and glowing skin, flawless makeup application, and the latest trends and style tips. Watch Cayman 27 every second and last Thursday of the month for Beautiful You. Brought to you by Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa.
Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited are professional, independent insurance brokers established in 1988. We are a wholly Caymanian-owned insurance broker with a wealth of knowledge in the local and international insurance market. Our professional team service clients with a range of insurance products, including motor, home, health, contractors, marine, and business insurance, among others. Contact us at 949-0579 or email us at service@bogleins.com.
27 Sports is brought to you by Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
Welcome back, Cayman. We start with rugby, and the Cayman Rugby and Football Union welcomed All Black Sevens legend DJ Forbes this past weekend. Now, the former captain of the legendary All Blacks hit the beach with Cayman's boys and girls youth national program Saturday. Now, Ruggers got first-hand instruction from a legend of the game.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, people always talk about the haka, I guess the legacy of the All Blacks, and I think everyone just wants to know what's behind the winning formula.
Valuable knowledge. Cayman's youth ruggers flocked to Public Beach Saturday in order to obtain from former All Black Sevens captain DJ Forbes. And national rugger Maya Heiss said it was well worth it.
It was really informative. I definitely have learned more about our technique and attack. I think that's what we really needed to improve on, so I definitely think that we've learned a lot about that today, and in defense as well.
Don't think. Pass.
With one of the sport's all-time greats at their disposal, women's national coach Laura Willigan says the voice of one of rugby's royalty reinforced a message they've long preached.
The biggest thing the girls are going to take is actually realising that some of the stuff we're working on is very, very similar across the board, from our level to international level to where even the All Blacks were playing, and it's so important to get that simple stuff right.
Stay good. We might need to flatten up to run at the holes, but then remember, our whole support line has to go through because there may be one at the back.
And if rugby's national women's sevens program is to return to the international stage for the first time since 2016, Milligan says youth development is crucial.
I think everyone has realised now that the future of it is in our girls who are here. Instead of trying to scramble together people who are willing to play, we want to have that big bank of people who want to play, and it just makes everything more competitive when it comes to a selection.
Now, Forbes' Commonwealth Games gold and 6 World Rugby Sevens titles are just a few of his accomplishments. He played in 512 games and 89 tournaments. All right, let's switch to track. Cayman's delegation from the Youth Commonwealth Games have returned home, and with the 48th Carifta Games being held right here in Cayman next year, April 20th to 22nd. 2 sprinters are hoping to build on their experience from Buenos Aires. On last night's Let's Talk Sports, we had both Danica Lynn, a bronze medalist in the 4x100 last year, and Gary Rankin, a first-time Carifta delegate himself. Both, of course, participants in the Youth Olympic Games. They came to us on Let's Talk Sports. They were our athletes of the week, actually, and both sprinters said they're setting the bar high in hopes of doing Cayman proud.
For the past couple of months, I exceeded training more, and hopefully next year I run
faster.
11.
There you go, and your aim is 11. Is that correct?
11.5. My aim is to run.
Very nice. How about yourself, Gary? Now that you've surpassed your PB, what kind of goal are you setting for yourself?
10.4, 10.5.
Now, Rankin shattered his old PB of 11.83 at the Youth Olympic Games, running 10.83 in stage 2, but it turned out to be wind-assisted. I'm sure he will get another crack at another personal best. All right, Joe's got your weather next, guys. Stick around.
We are on a mission to protect people from financial risk that can affect their money. We're Knighthead Annuity and Life Assurance, a Cayman Islands company. It is more important than ever to make sure you have the right financial plan in place to secure your future. So we're on a journey to change an industry that can too often feel complex, confusing, and costly. We're making things simpler by specializing in fixed annuities. an essential product in any portfolio to help you grow and protect your savings by providing guaranteed investment returns. Predictable growth, peace of mind with Nighthead Annuity.
3 of the finest liquor stores on Island are located on West Bay Road on beautiful 7 Mile Beach. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits Governors Square, the greenery near the Strand, and 7 Mile Shops Plaza. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits boasts the widest selection and even offers free wine and spirit tastings at all 7 Mile Beach locations every Friday from 5 till 7 p.m. Family owned and operated since 1984.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the beautiful air-conditioned studios here at Cayman Bay. But hey, on a night like this, you might not need air conditioning for long. We got those breezes cooling things down. Hey, guys, the end of summer is here. It is fall, and we are looking at the radar right now. Like I said, we got a couple of trace showers off to the southwest of Grand Cayman. Little flick in there around the north of the Cayman Brac right there. Maybe looks like some shower activity about 10, 15 miles off the coast there. Nothing really to write home about. Just kind of utilizing the power of our incredible radar machine here just to kind of illustrate what's going on. Bigger picture right here. Gonna show you the satellite cover here. I'm gonna back up out of the region and show you just what a beautiful area we've got scooped out right now. There's a high pressure ridge. It's weakening over the southeast U.S., but it looks like this great weather that we're having is going to stick around for quite a while. Right here you see, going to go ahead and draw this circle around here. We got kind of a few clouds in the circle right there, but hey, everything is looking great. Pretty much from Jamaica, the south of Cuba, all the way over to the Central American Peninsula over there. Things are looking fantastic. What about tomorrow, though? Hump day, 20% chance of showers, highs in the mid to upper 80s. National Weather Service is calling for maybe 89-degree highs, so we might get close to the 90s. Without many clouds out there, it is going to feel pretty hot out there. Going to go ahead and give you the 7-day picture right here and show you what we got to expect. Things are looking really good as we go through the week. We got a 20% chance of showers for the next 4 or 5 days. You can see the icons right there. Barely a trace of precipitation there, a 2 in 10 chance, 1 in 5 chance. Going to just go to the lowest common denominator right there. Hey, it is gorgeous out there. A lot of sunshine, not a whole lot of wind, flat seas. Things are looking picture perfect out there, like the postcard that our beautiful islands are. And with that, that's about it for me. I mean, you can't really do better than a forecast like this, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Joe.
On Saturday, the Cayman Islands Veterans Association held its 7th Veterans Gala.
And many in Cayman gathered to honor the military community and their selfless contributions.
So many people come from different parts of the world just to be here.
It's an opportunity for me to reflect on why we're here, our veterans, those who have given so much. Some of them have paid the ultimate price.
Many would say our contribution is small because our population is small. We have, I think, a disproportionate number of men and to a lesser extent women who have contributed to keeping this world safe. And I think it's important that on an occasion like this, as we approach Memorial Day, Remembrance Day, depending which country you come from, that we do recognize their tremendous sacrifices and contributions.
Grew up here on Cayman. I left when I was 18 to join the Marine Corps. The message I would like to get across is we got to honor and respect and show appreciation for the veterans, the sacrifices that they make, and the things that they've done that most people don't know about.
It shows my support for them and shows that I appreciate what they have done to make this world a better place, and it goes to show that what they did would not be ever forgotten.
And the Veterans Association annual Poppy Appeal is ongoing.
Awesome. Good for them and great to honor those veterans. We need to get some poppies. I actually reached out. We got to wear them. Coming up in the second half hour of Cayman 27 News, We discuss the latest developments with Brexit and what it means for Cayman with attorney Nick Dixie. He joins us next. Remember, we want you to WhatsApp us any photos, news tips, video that you've got. We want to know what's happening in your community. 527-2727 is the news hotline number. We'll be right back.
Get the quality, the service, the wide range of products in the BRAC. Everything you love about Paramount Carpets is now available on Cayman BRAC. Carpets, flooring, drywall, paints, windows and doors, lumber, from plumbing to electrical supplies. You'll find it all and a whole lot more at Paramount Carpets, Cayman BRAC.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpets.
Welcome back to the second half hour of Cayman 27 News. I'm Kevin Morales. Joining me to my left is attorney Nick Dixie, our resident Brexit expert. Nick, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me, Kevin.
Let's get right into it. So in the latest development that I'm aware of, we are at a spot now where we're talking about the backstop, the Northern Irish backstop. Can you take a little bit of time to explain to us why that is a sticking point and exactly what that is?
All right, okay, it's quite complicated, but we've reached a critical time in the negotiations because Brexit Day is coming up next year on the 29th of March.
Right.
And there are two stages to the negotiation. There's a withdrawal agreement and then there's a future relationship. And we're trying to just finish up the withdrawal agreement, but there's this big sticking point, and that's Northern Ireland. When I was a kid at school, I was always told that if you're doing a British history exam, what you need to do is write somewhere in that essay, these problems were exacerbated by the issues in Ireland, because you'd always get an extra mark, no matter what period you're talking about.
Right.
Now, this is no exception. The difficulty we've got here is, are we going to have a customs union which just deals with Northern Ireland, which allows there to be no hard border, or are we going to have a customs union that extends across the UK during the implementation period?
Right.
Now, the Conservatives are dead against, and the DUP are dead against any kind of separate deal for Northern Ireland, because it would create a border inside the UK, which they think that no Prime Minister could ever countenance. But the European Union are trying to push for that agreement, and that's causing the stall at the moment.
Right, and from what I understand, I think there was a meeting today on it, which I read, I think it was in The Guardian literally just 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
That it was a very impassioned, was the way that they described it.
Well, the difficulty is that Theresa May's cabinet is very much split down the middle on this. And on the one hand, on the right-hand side of her, she's got these hard Brexiteers who are saying, no, we can't do any kind of deal with the EU that allows Britain to remain in a customs union for any longer than is absolutely necessary, because we have no say of what those regulations would be, because they're no longer at the table. But on the other hand, you've got people on the left of the party, the soft, the Brexiteers, and frankly, the Remainers saying, no, we've got to work with the EU to try and protect business and protect jobs and to make sure that there's not too much difficulty when we leave.
Now, I've heard in the last couple of weeks we've been talking about extensions. Do you know how realistic that idea is?
Well, at the moment, we've got this so-called implementation period, which is after we leave on the 29th of March, right the way through till the end of December 2021. Things are going to stay pretty much as they are. But what Theresa May is trying to say to break the problem, the impasse, I suppose, over how this backstop is going to work, is to say, if we need more time, let's extend that implementation period. And what her Conservative colleagues are saying on the right of the party is there's no way we can't do that. We have to come to some arrangement which allows us to leave at the end of that period.
And just go forward.
Absolutely.
Or we just won't.
Yes.
What does this mean? Because we always try to bring it back to Cayman. What does this mean for Cayman or British citizens in Cayman?
Well, one of the things that we got updated by the Prime Minister this week was this, that 95% of the withdrawal agreement, she says, is now complete. And that includes, for example, citizens' rights. Now, if you're a European Union member citizen living in the UK, what that means is you'll be given settled status. And if you're living there at the end of the implementation period, you can carry on living there for good, essentially. Sure. And that reciprocal right has been granted by the European Union to British nationals, which I think would probably include Caymanians. So if you're Caymanian and you're living in the European Union up until the end of the implementation period, at the end of December, trying to get all this in.
Right, yeah.
Then you should be able to stay there. And that's obviously good news for Caymanians living in Europe.
Awesome. Before we let you go, what do you make of the Lib Dems and their spokesperson coming down in Cayman and across the world, really, and saying, we would like your view on X, Y, and Z?
Well, do you know what? I was watching this story as I was waiting to come on, and I hadn't heard about it before, and it is very interesting. The Liberal Democrats are essentially a Remain party. They're very much against us leaving the European Union, and what they're trying to say is, look, a whole lot of people who are living in Europe couldn't vote in the referendum because they've been living in Europe longer than the 15 years.
Right.
And what they're saying is it seems very wrong that people living abroad who are from the UK after 15 years can't vote in the UK elections. And they're trying to launch a campaign to give British people the vote who have resided outside the country for longer than 15 years. What you feel about that really is a matter for you. Many people would argue, come on, if you've been living out of the country for more than 15 years, why on earth should you still have a say on the internal domestic politics of that country? You can always move back if you want to, for goodness sake.
True.
That's the counter-convailing argument.
Fair enough. All right. And as our reporter Caroline James pointed out, the number of people that do live outside the UK as expats, there's a big enough number that could have swayed the Brexit vote one way or supported it more the other, I guess.
They're tapping into grumpy British expats who couldn't vote in the referendum and find themselves hugely effective, who live on the continent by the result, and they're trying to win a few more votes that way.
So we told Nick he had 4 minutes to cover all of this, and we just about did it. Wonderful job. Thank you so much, Nick. Really appreciate your insight as always.
Thank you very much.
All right, don't go anywhere. We've got more after the break.
Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited are professional, independent insurance brokers established in 1988. We are a wholly Caymanian-owned insurance broker with a wealth of knowledge in the local and international insurance market. Our professional team service clients with a range of insurance products, including motor, home, health, contractors, marine, and business insurance, among others. Contact us at 949-0579 or email us at service@bogleins.com.
3 of the finest liquor stores on Island are located on West Bay Road on beautiful 7 Mile Beach. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits Governors Square, the greenery near the Strand, and 7 Mile Shops Plaza. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits boasts the widest selection and even offers free wine and spirit tastings at all 7 Mile Beach locations every Friday from 5 till 7 p.m. Family owned and operated since 1984.
Champion House Restaurant, serving Cayman for over 30 years. Start your day off right with our breakfast, fruits, pastries, hot cereals, entree, and so much more. Stop by for lunch. Our buffet offers salad, soup, entrees, and desserts. Check out our website for details on our new dinner menu. And don't forget about catering. We can customize any menu to suit your needs. Champion House Restaurant, where the islanders dine.
Welcome back. One Nigerian startup is tackling the spread of fake drugs in West Africa by connecting hospitals and pharmacies with multinational and local drug manufacturers. More in this Reuters report.
Nigerian startup Medsaf is trying to fight the spread of fake drugs in West Africa by delivering products from multinational and local drug manufacturers directly to hospitals and pharmacies. Anywhere between 30 and 50% of prescribed drugs available on the African continent are fake, undermining the treatment of lethal diseases like malaria. In Nigeria, anti-malarials and antibiotics are sometimes sold in open-air markets. MedSaf founder Vivian Nwaka.
Fake medications, first of all, is a massive industry. There is reports that it's bigger than all illicit drugs combined. We have some manufacturers within the country that have excellent standards. And in fact, I've seen amazing warehouses in Nigeria for various manufacturing companies. But they still have to import their raw materials, and they don't produce enough to cover the entire needs of the country.
Not only do fake drugs put patients at serious risk, but they're also a drag for companies like GlaxoSmithKline and Sanofi. MedSaf, which launched in 2017, provides an inventory management system so that customers can see medications in stock and even receive order reminders. It currently has access to over 650 types of drugs. The company also negotiates fair prices on behalf of their customers.
MedSaf has very robust supply chain unit. Now, we are not bothered to check the source of the supply or who's the manufacturer. Is it genuine or not? Is it original or fake? What is the quality assurance system? Where the drugs are stored? So all these issues, we are not concerned now.
MedSaf says it's able to meet over 80% of the needs of health facilities in Lagos and plans to expand into the rest of West Africa in the future.
Up next, world news and stories from around the region.
Ever wondered what smart health insurance feels like?
Premier Health's 24/7 worldwide health insurance does most of the thinking for you.
1,500 CGI health claims are settled daily.
55% of claims settled automatically.
You can access your health plan almost anywhere, anytime.
And have smart wellness with online data tracking.
And more provider choices for you and the people who matter most.
Premier Health is smart health insurance, and it feels good.
Brit K, where people come first.
We're not just the most reliable energy service in the Caribbean. Whether it's for your entertainment, lighting a path to your future, or making sure that you and your family are secure. We're there for you when it matters most. Your safety and our reliability are our top priority. We are committed to remaining the #1 utility service in the Caribbean. We are CUC.
U.S. stocks fell today as worries about the outlook for corporate earnings dampened investor sentiment. Reuters' Fred Katsuyama reports.
The Dow fought back from a nearly 550-point deficit, but it and the other major indexes closed about 0.5% lower on Tuesday, dragged down by energy and industrial stocks. Keeping a lid on the market, worries about corporate outlooks. Pence Wealth Management Chief Investment Officer Dryden Pence.
But if you look at the last couple of times we've had these rapid sell-offs, they go down 10 or 11%. And then somewhere between 60 days and 200 days, we've recovered back to a new high. So I think we might see a little further drip down when we get to the election, but then I think that's around a tradable bottom or a tradable area.
Driving down industrial stocks, reports from Dow Components, Caterpillar, and 3M. The heavy equipment maker disappointed investors by not raising its 2018 earnings forecast. And the manufacturer of Post-it notes and Scotch tape cut its full-year profit forecast, blaming headwinds from foreign currency. Technology stocks also got slammed. A tepid forecast from Apple supplier AMS and concerns of slowing growth in China hurt stocks like chipmaker NVIDIA. The biggest losers, energy stocks. Saudi Arabia said it could supply more oil quickly if needed. Earlier, European stocks extended the global sell-off, led south by tech and energy shares.
Turning to developments from around the world, fears of a new U.S.-Russia atomic arms race are increasing. This as President Donald Trump threatens to pull out of key treaties. The U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton gets set to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow. Reuters' Rosanna Philpott reports.
The possibility of a new US-Russian atomic arms race hangs in the balance. US National Security Advisor John Bolton in Moscow on Tuesday to meet President Putin. That days after Trump threatened to exit the landmark Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty and start developing new missiles. Something which sparked international alarm and drew retaliation from Russia that they would be forced to respond in kind.
Yeah, Russia has violated the agreement. They've been violating it for many years.
The Kremlin, which denies this, admitted Tuesday the pact does have its weak points, but added that it doesn't welcome what it calls the very dangerous approach of threatening withdrawing without suggesting a replacement.
Discussions with respect.
US authorities believe Russia has already started the arms race, developing a ground-launched ballistic missile system in breach of the treaty. The INF agreement was negotiated by President Ronald Reagan and Soviet counterpart Mikhail Gorbachev in 1987. It states both countries must eliminate short-range and intermediate-range nuclear and conventional missiles. Russia's defense minister said on Tuesday there needs to be a gradual renewal of dialogue between the US and Russia, and that he expects Bolton's visit to encourage relations to stabilize.
Don't go anywhere. We've got another check on the forecast in just 2 minutes. Stick around.
Have you heard? They have new daily meal deals at Popeyes. A different meal with side every day of the week for the same price of just $3.99. Monday is chicken soup with rice. Tuesday for the chicken bowl. 2 tenders on Wednesday. A loaded chicken wrap on Thursday. It's all about that shrimp on Friday. Chicken nuggets to start the weekend. And the mixed 2-piece to finish.
The new daily meal deals from Popeyes. A different meal every day, served with the world-famous best dressed chicken for only $3.99. Only at Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen on Eastern Avenue.
Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa presents Beautiful You every second and last Thursday of the month. The beauty experts will draw from experience and share tips for personal beauty care, how to have healthy hair and glowing skin, flawless makeup application, and the latest trends and style tips. Watch Cayman 27 every second and last Thursday of the month for Beautiful You. Brought to you by Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our studios at Cabana Bay. It's weather time right there, and we got the satellite picture up on the screen. You can see our Central Caribbean area, kind of a big area scooped out there, not a whole lot of cloud cover. We did have a couple showers in the region today. A couple of clouds that looked maybe ominous, but they didn't really dump rain or precipitation until they got a little bit offshore there. Looks like most of what we had in the Grand Cayman area is about 10 to 20 miles off the shore. But hey, we had a 3 in 10 chance of showers today, and hey, that is declining for tomorrow. But first, before we get into that, let's talk about the temperatures out here in Grand Cayman. 84 degrees for Georgetown. The rest of the island sitting pretty as well. We're going to zoom on in and see 84s all the way across the board. Sister Islands, let's see how they are looking on this beautiful day. A little warmer over there, 85 degrees right now, both in Spot Bay, Cayman Brac, and beautiful Little Cayman, Blossom Village. Shout out to all my peeps there. Anyway, the region looking pretty good. You can see a lot of 80s, some 70s. Temperatures starting to rebound. Cartagena was in the 70s yesterday. Now they're back in the 80s. You take a look out to the east right there, 83, 84 along the South American coast there, 81 up in St. Kitts. Things are looking good. We are the Caribbean. That's why y'all's jealous in other continents, guys. Well, let's get the 7-day forecast up there. I got to reiterate myself, guys. It's going to be a lovely week out there. Pretty much from now until the weekend, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous out there. 20% chance of showers, flat seas. If you got a boat, it's the time to go out and make some water turn white right behind the prop. Anyway, that's it from me. World and Regional Sports is next. You don't want to miss it. Jordan Armanese is going to thrill you.
I'm Jordan Telford. I'm the master distiller for Tortuga Rum Company. I'm a born Caymanian, and I'm very proud to say that I'm producing an exceptional quality rum that's completely handmade, start to finish, distilled, bottled, and blended right here in Grand Cayman for Tortuga Rum Company.
Some say the time of miracles is past, but we see miracles all around us, every day. Some could not walk. Some could not breathe. Some had lost all hope. But something amazing happened. Something that can't be analyzed or quantified. Something that is more than good medicine. Holy Cross.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Show your support by wearing pink on Dress Down, Dress Pink Day, October 26th. Purchase all your pink items, including t-shirts, polo shirts, online at www.lctgbreastcancerawareness.com or visit our LCTG Pink Shop from now until October 25th. Wear pink, take a staff photo, and email it to us at bcawareness@gmail.com or share it with us on our Facebook page. Dress Down, Dress Pink, October 26th. Brought to you by Lions Club of Tropical Gardens.
Welcome back. We start on the pitch where Cristiano Ronaldo returned to face his former club, Manchester United, today as Juventus travel to Old Trafford, England for UEFA Group H clash. Now, speaking at a news conference yesterday, Ronaldo paid tribute to his family as he spoke to reporters for the first time since denying rape allegations leveled against him by a woman who sued him in court in the United States. Catherine Mayorga sued Ronaldo in a district court of Clark County, Nevada, alleging he raped her in a 2009 Las Vegas penthouse hotel. Here's what he had to say.
I know that I'm example. I know 100%. In the pitch and outside the pitch. So I'm always smile. I'm happy, man. I'm blessed that I play in a fantastic club. I have a fantastic family. I have 4 kids. I'm healthy. I have everything. So the rest doesn't interfere on me. So I'm very, very glad.
Now, when pressed further by media for comments on the case, Ronaldo rebutted a little more firmly.
You didn't listen what I say. I'm happy, man. This is not the state. We did the statement 2 weeks ago, if I'm not wrong. So I'm glad. Of course, I'm not gonna lie on this situation. I'm very happy. My lawyers, they are confident, and of course I am too. Tomorrow.
All right, let's take a look at the UEFA action today. Paulo Dybala struck in the 17th minute, and the 7-time defending Serie A champions held on for a 1-0 victory versus United. Of course, today a night that saw Ronaldo back at his former grounds for the first time since 2013. How about Real Madrid? They held on for a 2-1 win over Pilsen. Benzema and Marcelo with goals there. Manchester City dominated Shakhtar to complete an easy 3-0 win away from home. Edin Dzeko potted a pair as Roma defeated CSKA Moscow 3-0, while Javi Hernandez scored after 61 minutes and Robert Lewandowski tapped in 2 minutes later for Bayern's second win in 3 group matches, 2-0 over Athens, while Champions League debutants Young Boys scored their first goal and picked up their first ever points in the competition, a deserved 1-1 draw at home to Valencia. Hoffenheim and Lyon drew 3-3, while Amsterdam knocked off Benfica 1-0. To Major League Baseball, where the Boston Red Sox will host the Los Angeles Dodgers and was sure to be an epic World Series battle starting tonight. Now, it was 14 years ago that pinch runner Dave Roberts pulled off what has to be the biggest stolen base in Red Sox history at Fenway Park. Tonight, Roberts, now the Dodgers manager, brings his team seeking the franchise's first title since 1988 and their 7th all-time, while the Red Sox will look to win their 9th World Series and their first since 2013. Boston finished the regular season 108-54, while the Dodgers finished with 92 wins and 71 losses. Their last meeting was in 2016 when the Dodgers won 2 out of 3 games. Their last World Series meeting, 1916, when the Red Sox defeated the then Brooklyn Dodgers 4-1. Now, there's been 20 games between the two teams all time. The Red Sox lead that series 12-8. Combined payrolls, $427,908,905. Game 1 goes tonight, starting at 7:09. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Jordan. That's all the time we've got for our newscast tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow.
Good night.
Let Elite Marble and Granite bring the charm of Italy to your home. Made from only the best materials, Santa Margherita Quartz is handcrafted at a state-of-the-art facility located in Italy and then journeys across the ocean to Elite Marble and Granite, who is the exclusive distributor in the Caribbean. Elegant and resistant, Santa Margherita Quartz products offer a large choice of colors, textures, and exclusive finishes. Call 945-9028 or visit us online at elite.ky. Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
Champion House Restaurant, serving Cayman for over 30 years. Start your day off right with our breakfast, fruits, pastries, hot cereals, entree, and so much more. Stop by for lunch. Our buffet offers salad, soup, entrees, and desserts. Check out our website for details on our new dinner menu. And don't forget about catering. We can customize any menu to suit your needs. Champion House Restaurant, where the islanders dine.
Have you heard? They have new daily meal deals at Popeyes. A different meal with side every day of the week for the same price of just $3.99. Monday is chicken soup with rice. Tuesday for the chicken bowl. 2 tenders on Wednesday. A loaded chicken wrap on Thursday. It's all about that shrimp on Friday. Chicken nuggets to start the weekend. And the mixed 2-piece to finish.
The new daily meal deals from Popeyes. A different meal every day, served with the world-famous best dressed chicken for only $3.99. Only at Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen on Eastern Avenue.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We're Cayman 27, Cayman Informed.
You're watching Cayman 27.